Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, I'm doing a little bit something different. It's kind of something that someone had responded to during the giveaway a few weeks ago, the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. They had said, hey, if you're reading a good books lately, maybe you could weave in some book reviews. And as a matter of fact, I've just finished two series that really I just totally enjoyed. They've been out for a few years, but I just read them. So I thought, I'll do a quick review. And if you like sci-fi, kind of fantasy stuff, I think that these are worth reading and give you the scoop on them. So before I jump in, I want to say thanks. Thanks for, the channel support, the subscribing, viewing, comments. I look forward to feedback on this. And if you enjoy it, if you like this kind of thing every now and then weaved in with the regular book find stuff and what you're reading, what you found that's awesome. So, so the first book, it's a series of, I think, novellas. It's by Martha Wells, and it's the Murderbot Diaries. And these things started coming out like in 2017, but I just recently discovered them in the last couple of months. And they're pretty quick reads, they're novellas. One of them, there's like 7 now. The 7th one has just released. I saw it. It's but it's just released in like the last month or so, or it's about to release. So there's like 6 of them out now, and the first one is showed here on my one of my Kindles here. This All Systems Red, and so it's about this Murderbot. Okay, so Murderbot is a security unit. He's a what they call a sec unit, and he's hacked his governor, and he's become independent. So in this, he's named himself Murderbot, and he's like part robot, part human. He's a construct that's described as he's made of human tissue, augments, anxiety, depression, and unfocused rage. He's a killing machine for whatever humans rent him. So it's set in this universe where it's ruled by corporations, and everything it's like cost and commerce and corruption in this corporate scheme, kind of reminiscent of if you've ever read Elizabeth Moon's Vada's War series. There's like 5 books in that, where everything's kind of like these corporations and with the military. But so the sec unit, the security unit, he's hacked his governor. He could be independent. He's trying to hide it, and he's hiding it. He just kind of plays along, and he's watching media, soap operas, and things like that. And he is completely the character of the Murderbot is definitely the star. And he's got this he's anxious, and he doesn't want to deal with these new emotions. He's got a little bit of a nihilistic kind of attitude, and he's really struggling with his place in the world. He's not human, he's not robot. He's always feared and judged and all these things. And so it is a fun series. Now, I think the 5th book was not a novella, it was full length, and I felt like that one kind of wandered a little bit, but they're fast reads, they're good. And I'm gonna read this. I've got this, I'll read it. How some books get you from the very beginning. Here's the intro for the All Systems Red. Okay, I'm gonna read this to you, and you'll see this is what hooked me in the first paragraph. Okay, it says, this is chapter 1, intro paragraph. I could have become a mass murderer after I hacked my governor module, but then I realized I could access the combined feed of entertainment channels carried on the company satellites. It had been well over 35,000 hours or so since, and was still not much murdering, but probably, I don't know, a little under 35,000 hours of movies, serials, books, plays, and music consumed. I was a heartless killing machine, and I was a terrible failure. So that just, it's fun to read. Again, there's 7 of them out. I will say that these things run like 10 or 11 bucks if you get them on, like buy them like ebooks. If you're going to read these, I suggest one way to do it. First off, if you're going to read these, check your library, your local library. Most libraries have a online service called Libby or Hoopla. Okay, it's free. It's just like checking out books, but it's electronic. You can get your library card and get tied in with an email with your library card to your local library. And they could be on your local library's e-library, right? And they'll use either called Libby or Hoopla. And you do that through your library. It's like your virtual library. It's no charge to you. So first off, check that. Second, if you're going to read these on Amazon, they're like 10 or 11 bucks if you buy them. If you're going to blow through them, what I suggest on that, and it'll work on this next one as I'm going to tell you about as well, is to go through Amazon Unlimited. I think Amazon Unlimited is $9.99 or $10.99 a month, and this whole Murderbot series, except for number 7, is on the Amazon Unlimited. So you could do one month and blow through these for like 10 or 11 bucks and still paying $10 or $11 each if you have to buy them. So that's a, and I'll put a link. There's a link in my I'm gonna put a link in the description. I think there's like a Amazon 1-month trial for Unlimited. I'll put that link on there so you can see it. Okay. All right. Switch gears. The second series, and this is something I'd never read before. I'd never read before. It was a series by Matt Dinniman called Dungeon Crawler Carl. All right. And if you have not discovered Dungeon Crawler Carl yet, it is a blast. Okay. It is in this genre called lit RPG, like literature role-playing game. And I've never read anything of this style before. And I checked into it when I saw this, and some people, it's like this whole Dungeons and Dragons where there's role-playing games where there's hit points and levels that characters are going through. But Dinniman does this in such a way with this artificial intelligence and the way he constructs the dungeon in this alien apocalypse of the earth storyline, that it's not contrived. It's not just like you're reading through a Dungeons and Dragons campaign synopsis or something. It has quests, it has hit points, yes, it has healing potions, but it also has this intergalactic intrigue, politics. It's all laced into this storyline, but it's in this lit RPG style, but the narrative reads in such a way to me that it doesn't seem forced, and it's additive to the story. And more than anything, you fall in love with Carl and his cat, Princess Donut, as their relationship evolves. They gain powers. Other characters are introduced. You also they end up getting a pet dinosaur named Mongo, their manager named Mordecai. And the whole concept is that these aliens are coming in and they destroy the earth, and anyone that was inside a car, inside a house, inside an apartment building, it all gets flattened and it kills everybody. Aliens come over like a global PA system and say, you have a couple of hours, these dungeon doors are going to access, you can live on the surface if you're still alive, fend for yourself, or you can come down into the dungeon. If you make it through all the levels, you can be freed, all this kind of stuff. And Carl and Donut, they're in the cold and they end up going down into the dungeon, and the action immediately starts. And at first I was like, what is this? This is kind of weird. But after a few chapters, man, it picks up, and you don't even have to worry about it, what's happened to Earth. And as a matter of fact, as the storylines go on into the books, you start to learn more and more about this, and you learn how this is this syndicate in the galaxy, all these worlds, and how this happens every so many years, and they run a dungeon. So this thing is televised. So it's part kind of this lit RPG style with so it's a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, a little bit of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a little bit of Running Man, but it's all Dungeon Crawler Carl. And you fall in love with the supporting cast as well as the main characters. It's irreverent, it's witty, it's fun. I totally enjoyed it. Now, they're long books, but they're fast reads. The 6th one just came out just in like July of 2023. I had discovered this and just blew through the first 5. And the first one's Dungeon Crawler Carl. Then it's, I'll just see if I can pull them up here on my, see if I can pull them up on my library. The second one is like Carl's Doomsday Scenario. So you can kind of see some of the titles here. I mean, they've got, then it goes into the Anarchist Cookbook, the Gate of the Feral Gods, the Butcher's Masquerade, and the last one, the Eye of the Bedlam Bride. And I have to tell you, I got the sixth one, I downloaded it, read it, and I was so sad that I was done. I was caught up because they are such fun reads and fun characters. So again, that's Dungeon Crawler Carl. And you can do this one. I think if you buy them, they're only like $4 or $5. Really, really good priced. But they're also available under the Kindle Unlimited. So if you really are a fast reader, you could do Kindle Unlimited, and man, you could go through the Murderbot Diaries and the Dungeon Crawler Carl, you know, for just a few bucks. So anyway, that's two that I highly recommend you read. Two series. Again, there's 13 books total. There's 7 on the Murderbot. I have not read the 7th Murderbot Diary because I just don't want to pay $12 for the novella, to be honest. I'll wait until it's either in my Unlimited or get it through my library. But again, check out your Libby and Hoopla if that is available with your library. See if you can get these things for free. If not, you can check out the Unlimited. Both series, Murderbot Diaries and Dungeon Crawler Carl, very fun. I enjoyed them both. They're very different, and that's my recommendations. So, talk to you soon. Bye.